Okay, that one's on. Oh shit, this camera.
That's on. Try to.
It's gonna stay.
Okay. All right. You. All right. We about to go live, y'all. WAIF Cincinnati 88.3 FM. WAIF is your community radio station. We serve only to open our airways to responsible, divergent point of views. Opinions expressed on the Getting to Know show do not reflect those of WAIF staff, Board of Trustees, other programmers. The opinions are my own views, those of my guest callers and co-hosts. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, and hello, Cincinnati and beyond. Coming to you straight in your home and in your time zone. Once again, at 1 o'clock on your Wednesday, right in the middle of the week and in the middle of the day, I am your host, Mitri, and thanks for joining me on Get in the Know radio show, powered by the Joy Air Foundation, providing information for adapting and overcoming adversity. So I decided before I read the scripts today, that I have to go over and, make sure I cover certain things on the show, that I wanted to start the show a little different. And it was influenced and encouraged by welding. And I'm going to tell you what it is. It's real simple. I'm going to have to take my glasses off for this. I'm getting real transparent, people. We never start our show off with thanking the Father for just being here today. Being able to get up, make it to the show, fumble through all the things we have to fumble through to just get here. Because I know we plan so very well for this, but every week, some little obstacle is there, okay? So I just wanted to start opening the show after I said what I have to say about the FCC's rules and followed it up with GOD and just give him a shout out and thanking him for giving us the content, the listenership, the support that we get for getting to know, the collaborations, the donations, and all. I just wanted to start today off with a thanks to our Father, and thanks to my listeners, and thanks to my support team.
Amen.
All right, we're going to shake that up. I'm going to shake myself up. There go your shaker right there. Shake it up, girl. Shake it up. Shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. Well, like I always say, if I ain't already said it, if knowledge is priceless and information is keys, then that means people plus knowledge equals solutions. So the time is now. Let's get in the know. Once again, thank your Father for today. Go to your quiet space. Free your mind. Open your heart. And like John Love say, breathe. While you enjoy listening to my weekly tribute to the legacy of my daughter. Here we go. And thanks for enjoying it with me every week. In the junkyard groove. Unbelievable was Tierra upon her birth, August 10th, 1988. Unbelievable, the Divine One chose me to be Tierra's delivery way. Unbelievable, Tierra's spirit is powerful. Her heart is pure. Her soul is unique. Unbelievable. Okay. Now I'm touched by my angel. Tierra's love is in heaven for me. Unbelievable. Our journey together. Our downs, our ups, our lows, our highs. Unbelievable. Our journey together is eternity, mother-daughter love for life. Unbelievable. Tierra, I pledge to you with tender love and care. Unbelievable, your legacy will shine. I dedicate to you your foundation, Joy Air. Unbelievable, through space and time, Tierra's soul flies free as it soars. Unbelievable, with Jesus in his keeping. Tierra, now your place is forevermore. Unbelievable, you always say I love you, and I always say this with all my heart. Unbelievable, now our love is in spirit, is our rainbow in the stars. Unbelievable. I love you. All right. I'm going to fade that out.
I thank y'all as always for joining me on my weekly tribute to my daughter. And I just wanted to say that what influenced my decision to do that weekly tribute was to get away from mourning the loss of a loved one as a death and instead celebrate every inch and ounce of pounds per square inch of air that she ever breathed. This chain, and when I watch the videos on YouTube, I wear this chain everywhere I go. And it has my daughter's a little snippet of ashes in here for her. So I got two hearts. I got extra work to do. I got to beat my heart and I got to beat her heart. So I invite y'all to come up with your celebration of life for your loved one and remember them and use that energy instead of using it to be mournful and depressed. Repurpose that energy for something that's positive and encouraging. It doesn't have to be a radio show. It could just be a walk in the park and you go draw or whatever, it is comfortable and pleasing for you artistically, just a moment of reflection, a spiritual movement, whatever. Let's celebrate our loved ones' lives and not mourn their death because they don't want us to be mourning. They want us to be celebrating. So come on, y'all, just joining me on that journey. And y'all call in. We can talk about this. I'm going to get y'all all the information. I kind of went off script, but sometimes the Father will lead you that way. So I just had to share that right now because that is just what the rest of my life is about. My child will never be forgotten. And I know she in heaven like, yeah, mama, go ahead. Yeah, I can't do it without her. For real, I can't do it without her. All right. I had my little meltdown moment. So we going to go on back to the radio show that honor Teasy Weezy. That's what some of us called her that when we was messing with her. So once again, the Get in the Know show's topic, not once again, rather, the time is now. I'm sorry. Okay. Little emotional. I'm transparent. Y'all know I keep it real. So let me try that again. Take two. The time is now to get in the know. And today's topic, it kind of centers around celebration. Now, I'm going to give you the topic, and then I'm going to let my team go ahead and get the mic warm a little bit after I give you the topic. So today's topic is centered around celebrations, and they're the holidays. And the question is, what does certain holidays that we're going to cover today, is about 5 of them, and it's going to be a series, so just stay tuned. We'll follow up with more holidays. So the first question is, what are these holidays recognizing? And the second question is, why do we celebrate? And the third one is, do we even know? So we're going to put that on pause for a little bit because my team, they got to get this mic hot. I think I'm going to do it in reverse order today. Because the in-studio team, remember, she hot. So I'm going to have to, the one that's by phone, I'm going to go ahead and have to let the one in the studio go ahead and get on the mic. I'm sorry, Black Evie, but it's daggers going on there. When you see the video, watch the tape. You'll see how she was looking at me. All right. You hear what she say? It's all good. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Greetings, everyone. This is John Love. Yes, we have to give the glory to our Father who woke us up today to give us another chance to try to get it right, do it right, and to be better and positive. There's no right way and wrong way as long as we're doing it without hurting anyone nor ourselves. And we always have to give the glory to the Father because without him, it's no us. And thank you for listening. And you all have a blessed moment while we continue the show.
You're going to get to the end of your little speech. Well, our praises be to the Father always, but you're going to get to the end of it. Like, Amen. You just gangster move the mic and stuff. Like, what would Jesus do? Would Jesus do that?
He would have done any kind of miracle that would have worked.
You going to call that a miracle? Yes. I'm going to take it up for you.
A miracle is a magical moment when you are joyful and you are grateful and you are most appreciative and when things happen that you didn't think could be done.
Amen to that. I like them kind of miracles.
Yes, and miracles come in many ways and forms.
Amen to that. Shake it up, shake it up. All right, Black Evie. I think she approved you to go ahead and get the mic hot.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna step in and keep it short and sweet. You know what I mean? Hey, everybody, glad to be in the building. Can't wait to get to the topic and give you my information on it today.
All right. Well, you know what? Since you can't wait to get into it, we're gonna start with you, but I'm gonna lay down the phone number in case my listeners wanna call in and weigh in, or if you just wanna listen today, that's cool too. Because I'll give you the info to contact me by email or phone. And thank y'all for all the emails, the texts, and everything. I've been getting them, been corresponding with y'all, taking in your ideas. But if you want to join the discussion live today, hit me up at 513-961 8900, but don't call till after like 1:30 because we want to lay the topic down for you first so you'll have something to comment on. All right, without further ado, while you got the mic and Ja will not take it, go ahead, Black Evie. I'm messing with her all day. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm telling I got the mic. All right, that's what's up first. Okay. So now today, so I can tell what the topic is and everything. Well, no, you already told me. Okay.
Repeat it, please, though. Repeat it. For those who just tuned in, some of our listeners might have just tuned in. So go ahead on and repeat the topic.
Okay, well today we are talking about holidays, a few specific holidays today, and we will pick up the other ones on another show. Today we are talking, well, the five specific holidays we're talking about today. I am going to lead with two of them, and one of them being the last holiday just passed, Monday, Memorial Day. All right. So let's get into it. Now, Memorial Day. This is a federal holiday for honoring the U.S. military personnel who died while serving in the United States Armed Forces. It's observed on the last Monday of May. This day was originally known as Decoration Day. It wasn't a federal holiday, and it had no specific date or day. It was more just like a time range. Decoration Day began around 1861 by people throughout the North and South taking the day to visit, decorate graves, and make memorials to mourn the military personnel who died in the line of duty. By 1971, Congress standardized the holiday as Memorial Day and changed its observance to the last Monday in May. A lot of things happened between beginnings of it from 1861 when people first started celebrating. It was throughout the United States, and each region didn't know that the other region was doing it. It was just something that people did to mourn the loss of the soldiers after the World War One, Two era, somewhere in there. No, they won. So that is why Memorial Day exists. Now, as I was doing my research, I questioned myself. I said, well, does this include police officers? Fallen, soldiers. Well, not so much soldiers, but just people that serve the US of A, our armed forces, the people that protect America. And what I found out was no, this does not include police officers, because they actually have their own day, and this is called Peace Officers Memorial Day, and that's on May 15th during Police Week. So we celebrate the police for a whole week.
Dang.
Right. I never
I ain't never been to that celebration. They must not do it in Cincinnati. Okay.
Never heard of it.
I'm sorry, Black Evie. I didn't mean to interrupt your flow. In the ethnic communities throughout the metropolitan cities in America, that day don't nobody know about. And wow.
Keep that in mind next year and the years to come. And also as well, now in my research, I did find out that somewhere in the Memorial Day times, throughout the era, it has been accepted to memorialize, to celebrate anyone that passed away. So families adopted, celebrate their family members' Memorial Day, their passed away loved ones, and so on and so forth. But this day is to celebrate the armed forces, okay? The fallen soldiers of the armed forces. Celebrate your family members, your loved ones, whatever. But Memorial Day is for the fallen soldiers of the armed forces. Next, I'm going to make it real quick. Next is, I'm going to talk about Labor Day, kind of short and sweet. This day, it falls in line with an international holiday known as Workers' Day, which is celebrated on May 1st in most other nations around the world. All right?
A lot of things happen in May that I don't know about. Yeah.
And Labor Day, it started around 1882 by unions of New York City, and they would have big parade celebration for the members of their union and to show support for all the unions around the country. So this inspired other regions to have their own celebrations as well for Labor Day. 5 northern states made it a state holiday, and the government started to take the day seriously. Check this out. The government started to take this holiday seriously after a bomb went off at a union rally in Chicago. All right, they were having a union rally in Chicago's Haymarket Square. A bomb went off, killed 11 people. 7 of them were police officers. This happened on May 4th in 1886. After that, the government said, hey, all right, well, let's make this a holiday, right? So they worked on that. By 1894, President Cleveland signed the act establishing Labor Day as a federal holiday. So if you are a legally paid laborer in America, this day belongs to you. And yes, you can party like a rock star, or it's vacation, and just stay home and relax, whichever you choose. You're not wrong. You can party on that day. That's a holiday.
Hey.
Have fun on, okay? And a little fun fact about that, about Labor Day, is the largest union in America. It was accompanied by the name of the National Education Association, with a total of 3 million members.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know none of them. Okay, my brain went somewhere with that. Like, there's a lot of people. Wow.
A lot of people.
Like, I don't even think there's 3 million people in Cincinnati. I'm going to have to look that up, okay? That company is big as a city. And this is the union? They all union members?
They are union. And now let me just clarify. They're union members. But to be a union member, you don't have to actually be a part of the union. You can be a part of the company that has union and union stuff going on. So some people may not be actual union members, but they fall in that category.
Oh, I want to know the ones that are actually paying the union dues. That's what it would be interesting to me too. In addition to what you just said, I'm going down a rabbit hole. Okay, I'm not gonna do it. Okay, I will stop. Wow. Did you have anything else to add about that? Not right now. Okay, okay. I'm under siege in the studio here. She got her mouth open and ready to go. Y'all make sure y'all watch this video. Okay? Watch this video. Y'all think I'm playing?
I am surprised with some of this information I am receiving because I never heard of a lot of these holidays.
Right.
That's new to me.
Yeah, and see, what I want to do, y'all, she started it. I want to go next because there's a purpose to it. Because you're going to get to the one holiday that is mystified a lot of people that just started getting recognized here recently, and it's the next one we coming up too. So I do want you to go last, job, because you got the next one coming up. And mine's kind of blew up with hers in a way. Is that okay?
They all go hand in hand, so
I got your permission? This. All right. Thank you. Dap me up. Thank you. All right. All right. So Black Evie, she covered Labor Day and Memorial Day. So being that I'm the veteran in the group, of course I got Veterans Day and the 4th of July, what we all call it. It is actually called Independence Day. So I'm going to start with Independence Day because my work cited on this is a little bit shorter. And my digging into it, Independence Day is important to me because of what I'm about to read to you that I already knew. But Veterans Day really is closer to my heart, and there's more stories I can tell you about that, and they're going to be a little bit more interesting. I'm just going to keep it real. So, and not to take away from the fact that Independence Day is a historical day with true meaning in our history of as America. I'm just saying my own personal experiences that are, catchy and interesting. They more center around Veterans Day. So, with Independence Day, I cited works from the military.com and Encyclopedia Britannica. And what I found out was what Independence Day is it's the official severing of ties between the original 13 colonies and the rule of Great Britain. This the core of our beliefs, the very makeup of our identity as citizens of the U.S. Thomas Jefferson is the author of the Declaration of Independence, also known as, or better known as, the 4th of July. Now, I am reading verbatim because I've cited this work through a source that is reputable because I'm giving you hardcore information that's accurate. So, with those three things in mind, our freedom from Britain, most of us already knew that. We got to look at what that freedom really meant to the Americans back in that day, but more importantly, that freedom now and how those liberties we feel we experience them. So in this research, it said everything that I would have said, and I think a lot of my listeners would agree. So I'm gonna read this out because I do line up with this methodology. It says, taking into consideration that the Independence Day, the Declaration of Independence, is our freedom from Great Britain, the 13 colonies. Y'all know I'm up down the Eastern Seaboard. We all supposed to be free with these liberties of equality. So they said this, they own self on military.com. At certain times, the concept of what it means to be a citizen of the United States of America may be seen as unclear. While many citizens are very passionate about our country, there are others who cannot accept patriotism as a wholesale, no strings attached concept, which I agree. For those who already deeply love the United States and for those who are struggling with the idea of the Declaration of Independence, this can be a good guidepost. It is our unassailable, and I had to look that word up. That means it's irrefutable. You can't knock it down with the atomic bomb. Unassailable document This declaration is don't contest it. It's like the Bible for the United States. That's my opinion. Okay, that's not a fact that I researched. So this Bible, the Declaration of Independence, is supposed to set up equality for everybody, protect us and all that. It's the document that embodies what it means to be an American and everything we hold dear. Now, the 4th of July is coming up, and before the 4th gets here, we're going to cover this a little more because I want to leave y'all thinking on this one. And I'm going to leave y'all with these things when you get ready to celebrate the 4th of July and think about what you're doing and why you're doing it. And think about how the Declaration of Independence is protecting your liberties and your freedom. My reflections are this. And you can, once again, you can hit me up in the emails and the texts and call me and leave a message. If you ain't get it, you can watch the YouTube too. But the reflections are these. When you out there barbecuing, lighting your fire, discharging your firearms, ask yourself, what are you celebrating? Have you read and understood the Declaration of Independence? Had you even heard of it? How do you feel the Declaration of Independence affects your life and your liberties? And if you don't know what it is, I encourage you to learn. Do you think the Declaration of Independence needs to be upgraded or updated? And holiday food for thought. On the 4th of July 2024, ask yourself, what and why am I celebrating? See, people, what I'm trying to tell y'all to do is get meaning and value and culture to your existence. Know what you're doing and why you're doing it. Don't just do it because the mom's doing it. I'm not talking about the mom mafia. I'm talking about everybody else is doing it. Let's just keep it real. We don't even know why we be doing half this stuff at all. We need to go to libraries, look at the Dewey Decimal System, and if you don't know what that is, learn about that because it categorizes everything in the library very easily. But you can just type it in on a computer now. Just trying to stir some knowledge up in y'all because it's time for us to put our shoe print down into this dirt on this earth as ethnic people and claim our space and start making it make sense. We need to be entrepreneurs. But I can't get too deep into that. That's just food for thought. Like I said, before the 4th, we'll be back to that. So I'm going to try to wrap this one up a little quicker. And with the veterans, because my stories, they're real short, sweet, and simple. So Veterans Day. Again, the works cited for that was the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs and Encyclopedia Britannica. And like Black EB already said, Veterans Day and Memorial Day is for the veterans. Nobody else that may have passed, but this is only about the veterans. And the difference is Memorial Day is for our deceased veterans, and Veterans Day is for our past and current veterans. So I myself, am in the current ones. But as is according to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, Veterans Day, and Act 52, Statute 351, semicolon 5, U.S. Code Section 87A. That's where I got this from. Approved May 13th, 1938, made the 11th of November and each year a legal holiday, a day to be dedicated to the cause of world peace and to be thereafter celebrated and known as Armistice Day. Armistice Day was primarily a day set aside to honor veterans of World War I. So Armistice Day is what Veterans Day was originally named, and a lot of things came to be around World War I. I always have a hard time saying those words back to back. But, it was really interesting because it takes back further than 1938. It goes back to like the early 1900s. And it also cites some things in there about the first veteran that was buried in the Arlington Cemetery. I think that was around 1921 or so. Just a little tidbits of facts. Now, other little interesting things about Veterans Day. Once again, Veterans Day was originally called Armistice Day. And I may be saying that wrong. I'm going to keep it real. It's Armistice. Armistice Day. That's what Veterans Day was originally called. And Veterans Day is celebrated on November the 11th to honor veterans of armed forces and those who died in wars and encourage support and peace. Now, if November the 11th falls on a weekend or something, they honor it the next day, work day or whatever that is. They go according to that. But the official day is November the 11th. But if it come on Saturday, you probably get Friday or Monday off for work or something like that. Now, from 1971 to 1977, it's weird because remember I just told y'all it was always celebrated November the 11th, no matter what day your job did it. But from 1971 to 1977, Veterans Day was celebrated on the fourth Monday in October. I didn't really find out why, but for 6 years that's what it was. And Britain, Canada, Australia, and France celebrate their Veterans Day on the same day as the United States. I found that to be interesting too. And how a lot of things that we do in America, of course, we was hooked up with Great Britain in the beginning, are similar to Great Britain. Now, here's what I do. How I celebrate Veterans Day, personally, what I want to share with you is I try to get all the freebies at all the restaurants and everywhere that's giving away something free. My coffee, my favorite old TGI Fridays, Outback, all those nice little restaurants. Yes, I go around collecting up my freebies. And I do a lot of VA sponsored events, VA influenced events, and DAV events that celebrate veterans too. That's disabled veterans events. I do those things personally. My experience as a veteran, as an ethnic woman, I just wanted to share that overall most people are happily acknowledge my service, especially when they see my license plate, because it is on my license plate too, that I serve my country. But I did have two interesting situations that occurred. One occurred just yesterday, actually. And what that was, I was in an area doing a little bit of shopping, and I was gathered around people of different ethnic backgrounds. And there was an older Caucasian gentleman. I can't tippy toe around it. I'm going to just keep it real because it happened. So he was there, and it was some other people there, and it was a guy that walked up registering people to vote. So long story short, the guy was asking everybody was they a veteran. So I was after the older white gentleman for that question to come to me next. Everybody before me said no. So when it got to the older white gentleman, he said no. And when the guy went to go say it to me, the older white gentleman turned in front of my face and looked directly in my face and told me, oh, no, she wasn't in the military. So anybody that know me, y'all know how that went down. And I can't say everything because I'm regulated by the FCC and I want to keep my show. But after I got through pulling out, I heard you over there laughing back, Evie. Yeah, you already know. So let's just put it like this. I ended up pulling out my veterans ID. I showed my plate. I showed my tattoo. And when I was finished with that man, he was basically kissing my feet. And yeah, I'm like, don't stereotype a person based upon how they look. And don't answer somebody else's question. Okay? I got that, but that was the second time. Another time happened when I was trying to get some services. I was struggling, trying to get a little food, and I went to a establishment in another state, and the guy, he checking everybody in, and he's asking you birth date, social, all that they ask for, and he gets to me, asking me all these questions, and I guess he was just tired of asking people were they veterans and start checking no. So when he checked no on mine, he's like, oh, you're a veteran? No. Man, after I got done with him, okay, again, he was a volunteer at the establishment I went to. And he don't volunteer no more. He lost his volunteer job. I'm sharing these stories, and we'll talk more when we get closer to Veterans Day. I'm sharing these stories as a veteran, and I don't want to take up too much more time, because I got to get John here and some, I got to pay some bills too. But I'm sharing these stories to let you know that people, first of all, don't assume you know the identity of another person. You know they walk, you know their life, you know what they done, just simply by the way that they look. By the color of their skin, by the clothes that they wear, by the hairstyle they have. Because you're doing yourself a disjustice. That might be the person that might save your life. And I fought for this country. And I don't appreciate anybody assuming my identity and saying who I am for me. That is unacceptable. I will not accept it. I support all my veterans. I encourage them. Warrior Beat is one of my big things, and we're gonna be collaborating. Some more artistic things are gonna be coming to Getting to Know show. But right now, I'm collaborating with Warrior Beat. Trevor Meyer, he's a fellow Navy corpsman, so he's a great guy. Y'all gonna hear more about him. But long story short, honor your veterans. Don't assume you know. Please don't answer other people's questions. Stay in your lane. And I'm going to read a list of ways to honor your veterans. And I'm going to start doing some of these things that I haven't been doing to honor other veterans, because I do honor them too. And then I'm going to turn it over to John. So, ways to celebrate Veterans Day. Attend a Veterans Day parade. Interview a veteran. Search military records to learn about the lives of veterans. Display a U.S. flag or place a small flag on a veteran's grave. Observe a moment of silence to remember the sacrifices veterans have made. Volunteer at a veterans organization. Visit the tomb of the unknown soldier, the Anthem Veterans Memorial, or other veteran sites. Write letters to veterans you may know. So I'm going to end my speech about Veterans Day right there. If y'all want to weigh in with a quick comment or two, y'all or Black Evie, y'all can.
Well, I would like, excuse me, Evie. I would like to weigh in on this a little bit. We cannot help other people being judgmental. What we have to learn is when other people are being judgmental, it's because they dealing with their own issues, their own thoughts, their own ways. So it really doesn't have anything to do with you as an individual. It's the person who's being judgmental just lost.
But my two instances, and that's accurate. And that's gonna be my last speech about it, because it was. It was weird because my two instances were behind questions that were directly being answered to me by strangers that don't know me. Like you don't even have no, what you said is value, but you wouldn't even, and it was being judgmental. You don't have no reason to even be answering the question. So that tells you what people, there's so many people out here that stereotype, tell your story, everything. And this is just a radio show. And I do videotape it. But most importantly, I bring the people that listen to my show, the people that all these things we cover affect, that are never heard. That's who I want on my show.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be seen on the video, and when the Father take it to the next level, he'll take it with us. But I'm gonna leave it there, because we're gonna come back around to Veterans Day, and I'm sure I'm gonna have some more veterans experiences to tell y'all. So, John, I want to go ahead and pay some bills right quick.
Okay.
And then have you come in and go ahead and set us off with Juneteenth, which is coming up.
All right.
All right. So let me pay these bills right quick. Let me fix. Y'all, I'm old. I'm getting old. Let me make sure I push the right button. Okay.
The area's largest provider of family homelessness services recently opened the doors to a new facility in Bond Hill. Here they offer comprehensive prevention, shelter, and housing stabilization all in one place.
Okay.
Bethany House provides more than just emergency shelter, food, and clothing. Their holistic approach empowers families to take control of their lives and create a brighter future. Learn more by visiting BethanyHouseServices.org or by calling 513-921-1131.
It's all on the video. I got you all up to my ear.
As the largest provider of family homelessness services in Greater Cincinnati, Bethany House Services provides more than just emergency shelter, food, and clothing. Their job and housing assistance programs help families get back on their feet. But more than that, they offer hope, stability to those who need it most. Their holistic approach empowers families to take control of lives and create a brighter future. Visit BethanyHouseServices.org or call 513-921-1131 to learn more.
Oh, okay. All right. Bethany House, great place to actually get some help and solve some problems. So now we're back live on the air with you all. And we have John Love, who is actually going to tell us about our actual next upcoming holiday that is designed to actually honor ethnic our ethnic community. And I don't like saying black and white. I prefer to say ethnic when I'm talking about us because we embody more than just the color. And I encourage all cultures, no matter what the color of your skin is, embrace your culture, learn your history, grow as you go so you can pass something of value to the youngsters coming up behind you because these are future leaders of America. These are the future people that are going to be abiding by the Declaration of Independence, that are going to be honored as veterans protecting our country. Just food for thought. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just on a roll today. I'm going to shake myself up.
Yeah.
All right. Without further ado, it's on you, John. You've been wanting to talk.
Yes. Okay, well, greetings, everyone. For myself on the holidays, I believe holidays are pagan days. I truly feel our birthdays is the true holidays. Yes, on the true holiday because that is the day we became a gift from God, a blessing to have life. That's what a holiday is for me, a gift of life from our Creator. Now, to speak about Juneteenth, which is really a deep emotional mental day for a lot of people. Some people celebrate and some people don't celebrate Juneteenth Day. That day, for the people that's called a holiday, that day came up in 1865. Um, excuse me, I'm like I said, this is kind of deep because it's so much you could speak about Juneteenth Day because it is dealing with us ethnic people, dealing with slavery time, you know. And as I was saying, as of 1865, the day they supposed to have ended slavery in Texas at the end of the Civil War. For the rest of the black folks, ethnic people, that was still enslaved after Abraham Lincoln had liberated already from slavery 2 years prior to Juneteenth, which took place in, I believe, the beginning of January 1863. And, excuse me, and, I kind of lost my thought a little bit.
It's all right, sisters. It's a hot topic. I'm feeling it. It's all right. Shake up. Shake up. Find it, baby. Find it. I mean, he's talking about our history that a lot of us don't even understand this day or our history. All right, y'all. You got it. Go ahead, baby.
Mm-hmm. So, as I was saying, that the purpose of this holiday, Juneteenth, which is June the 19th. But here's the real question. Are we really free from slavery?
Woo! Hold up. Don't say nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Now, moment of silence. It's on you, John.
Actually, I think not. Because we are still doing hard labor work and underpaid, as well as still mentally enslaved. I can't say we have overcome a lot, and we still have a lot more to overcome. So let's just so let's just um so let's just keep God first to help us with our mental slavery thoughts and to give us the strength to keep carrying on throughout life. We won't have enough time we won't have enough time to keep our mind clouded about the past. And Juneteenth is really a special day for a lot of us ethnic people because we have to give some of the glory to some of our people who help us to become free, as well as Harriet Tubman, Harriet Beecher Stowe, Frederick Douglass, John Brown, and what's his name? William Garson, I believe. They are a fact of Juneteenth as well. And Juneteenth could be celebrated and is celebrated in many ways of us at the people coming together to unite as one, to rejoice of still being alive and to carry on or act it in the way we do as people. And, oh, excuse me, y'all. I'm just so tongue tied right now because it's so much to talk about this. You know, we had a soldier who went to Texas the day of Juneteenth to announce that we are free. And the reason why they call it Juneteenth, because of the way he was speaking, Gordon is his name. He was speaking so fast and in his language to where they didn't hear June the 19th. They heard Juneteenth is the day of freedom for the rest of the 250 million active people. And it's sad how we was enslaved in different continents and we all became free, as they say, as a holiday in different years and at different times and at different places. So how's that really called being free when we didn't become free until the people gave us the word? What is freedom, actually?
Oh, that topic.
You know, what is freedom? Is freedom because we're not in chains, we're not in bondage, or is freedom because we can walk among one another, speak among one another, and do as we would like? It's hard to say what is freedom. And Juneteenth is a very deep, spiritual, emotional holiday, as they call it, a holiday. Actually, we should be celebrating every day our freedom of life to be able to wake up every day to deal with a day. That actually is freedom right there when we wake up to start our day. I really didn't do too much research on it. I'm kind of going off of the knowledge that I have. And be honest, I really didn't have much time to sit down to do some real research. And I know there is a lot more about Juneteenth that other people could speak on. If we have any callers who would like to call in to share some of their knowledge and information as well as their experience, we would like that. And we thank everyone for listening to us and supporting us with our information that we are sharing with you all. And Juneteenth is a very valuable day. It's a very valuable day for us. So let's just embrace the day and celebrate Juneteenth every day to unite with one another, love on one another, help and support one another, not to make it a one day, once a year of our life to want to come together to help one another and celebrate. Because are we celebrating the freedom or we celebrating the slavery that our people went through and had overcome for us to help make a way for us now, which a lot of people do not appreciate and some do not understand. But Juneteenth, like I said, is a very deep day. And holidays is actually a day that people decide to make it a holiday for those particular day for their satisfaction. Mm-hmm. And I'm really grateful that we do have this day. So a lot of us who do not know much about our culture can learn about our culture and where we come from. So learning about that, knowing about that, can help you to learn who you are and learn about yourself. Well, that's the information I have for right now. Would anyone like to weigh in on that?
I I definitely would. Black Evie, you got something to say?
Yeah, you know, these holidays that we're talking about right now, these holidays were created at a time in this country where we know that we were not included so much, right?
Yes.
And it's unfortunate, but we had to make our own celebrations. To John Love's point in reference to inclusive.
Say it, girl. Say it. Big words. You're allowed to say that on radio.
Just as far as being inclusive, as a people in these major holidays. In reference to Memorial Day, as I stated before, it started being celebrated and called. Well, it started being called Decoration Day, and they were just decorating and honoring fallen soldiers. Now that was in 1861, right? And the thing is, on Memorial Day, no one can come up with an actual account of who is accredited for starting this, right? So it goes back as far as 1861. So on April 26th in 1865, on May 1st in 1865 in Charleston, South Carolina, the recently freed white population, they held a parade of 10,000 people to honor 257 dead soldiers, right?
Mm-hmm.
In reference to history and the accounts of regions celebrating or recognizing this day in South Carolina, our ethnic people were the first on record to have a parade and honor fallen soldiers as such.
Okay.
So to me, I have to give the glory in my research that I have and what I've learned about Memorial Day. To me, I'm going to give the glory to the people in Charleston, South Carolina in 1865. They were the first people to have true Memorial Day.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I have to say.
That's loaded right there. That's loaded. And again, as each holiday comes up, we will individually, focus and highlight those holidays. And Juneteenth is coming up. And thank you for being transparent, John, that you hadn't got the real time you wanted to spend with it. But that's what we are on this radio show. She did do what she could do in the amount of time she can do it. And she gave her opinion, and she's going to cover it in the future. We're going to cover it together because that's how we do.
Yes.
We stay real with y'all. We ain't perfect. We learn as we go, and we always a work in progress. So, for me, because I got to wrap it up, say what I got to say before I walk out the door and we get off this phone. So, I'm going to go ahead and respond to the Juneteenth talk by saying this. John, you brought up a lot of points about slavery and the gentleman going over saying that we're free now, and they messing up the word. It was June the 19th, and it was really the date and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But in your conversation, I started thinking about here locally. what does Cincinnati, Ohio mean to slaves? Now, if you went to school with me and Ja, and maybe even Black Evie, she was a few years behind us, and you actually went to Douglas Elementary, you may remember when we were little, you named off one of the places we used to go to, the Harriet Beecher Stonehouse.
Yeah.
We used to walk on the Underground Railroad.
Yeah, sure did.
We sure did. Our class, our kid, us as kids, we did a lot of firsts in Cincinnati. Because that's when segregation was over with. And like you said, you dated that back to the 18, 19, or early hundreds. And how in the heck are we free, but we still segregated when me and you going to school?
Right.
And we were born in the 70s. We ain't free.
Right.
Okay? It's a state of mind. In some ways we are. But we not bound by other people too. We bound by ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We feel entitled. We feel responsible for our destiny and to do things to encourage the unity amongst everybody. Mm-hmm. And know your city. Know what it's worth. Yeah. You know, this Cincinnati, Ohio is the gateway to the South. Because when they crossed that river and into Cincinnati, they were now in the north, where they call Ohio the daggone Midwest. But a little knowledge right now, at the time we were settled to the Union, we were the Midwest because we was the 17th state settled. But now that we got 50 plus states, we are Northeast. I would challenge anybody with that. I went to school when I was in the 5th grade. I almost got kicked out because I refused to go to the concept that we were the Midwest on the map. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. That was my little knowledge to kids, but we're going to cover that even more in depth. Y'all Cincinnati listeners, please know what's going on in Cincinnati so we can improve our space for everybody. Mm-hmm. You know, we see what the shifting in the communities are going on now, and we all need a place to be that's safe and clean and happy where we can celebrate whatever it is we celebrate, but have meaning when you're celebrating. Don't just do this because it's a day. Oh, we're going over so-and-so's house to barbecue. We're going to fire off our guns, possibly kill somebody. We're going to make a bomb out of M80s and fireworks and wonder why our thumb got blown off, which I know somebody that did that. I ain't naming no names. But some of these people listening know who you are. I actually know somebody that did that. But I said I was going to calm down, y'all. I said, I'm going to back up off the mic because it's like 1:55, and I want to tell y'all some stuff while I exit this door. Mm-hmm. Y'all stay tuned. You know, we're going to follow up with these topics, especially Juneteenth. We'll be taking the holidays in order and saying something, you know, meaningful about them as they come up. But also, y'all need to be tuned in on June the 12th show because June the 12th show is going to be so important. It's going to cover knowledge and bring together 3 entities that otherwise normally don't get together. I'm going to have a police officer, I'm going to have my pastor, and I'm going to have a thug. Okay? And what it is, and I'm putting it out there like it is, we're going to have a conversation. Because all 3 of these people, this triangle that I'm creating, we all need to engage with these people to make a difference in our communities, especially for our children. And the topic of discussion is going to be street life, bridging the gap between the street and the church. So I feel as if we got the people who are supposed to make the laws and govern us in the city here that interact with the people that they arrest and see things going on with the people that's actually doing this stuff. And then we got the pastor with the church, and we come to a consensus and we talk. And the people that's in the streets being thugs or whatever you want to call them, you know, no disrespect, but it just is what it is. And they transitioning from that life to a better life calling for their family. If we all get together and have a meeting of the minds and really quit stereotyping each other, even ethnic people stereotyping the cops, we got to stop. They all ain't bad. We do need to hold them responsible for their actions. But hold yourself responsible too. Don't do nothing to have the cops in your face. You know? Don't act like it's somebody else's fault when the initial catalyst was you. So think about it. June 12th. Now, leave it in peace. It's time that we go to our quiet spaces because I done got excited, y'all. That was a hot topic. Free your mind when you're in your quiet space. Give thanks to the Father that you joined us today and you was able to listen and take away and give back with it all. Open your heart again and breathe. Y'all can stay tuned every Wednesday from 1 to 2. WAIF 88.3 FM. You can hit me up on the office phone at 513-930-2478. I'm sorry if I was away from the mic. You also can hit me up in the email at metri, that's METRI, at GiTK.com. Y'all can check us out on youtube.com and Get in the Know Radio Show. If you miss any of this, again, just hit me up at that email, metri at GetInTheKnow.com, or call the office phone, 513-930-2478. Please help keep us on the radio. You can donate at WAIFradio.org. Go to our donate tab, pick Get in the Know Show to get the credit. If you do a $25 donation or more, we give you a Get in the Know Show authentic candle gift set. Or you can mail it in to 1434 East McMillan Street, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45206. Just put on that check, I'm on the order. Get in the Know gets the credit for the show. Now, soon I got 1 minute and I got to wrap it up and get off the mic. But before I go, y'all keep y'all heads up, do something positive, captivate, motivate, educate, lead, but sometimes follow. Listen twice as much as you speak, because you got 2 ears and 1 mouth. And share what you want to share with me. Get at me, because this show ain't about me. It's about us. It's a voice for the people. And I promise you, I'm committed to doing the same. I want to learn. But now I got to get off the mic. So one love always. And y'all, I'm going to release y'all in peace. Next up is the Sunday Drive with Dean Hart. All right. We off air. Black Evie.
Okay.
How y'all feel about that show?
I felt like I lost there. It felt like I had a brain fog. Like, I had everything down to the T. Even when I even said it to Johnny, was like, Mama, this sounds good. But then I got to going through and other thoughts popping in my head, another thought popping in my head. And,
But I absolutely... Oh, that's okay. We can report bloopers. It's okay to record the bloopers.
Right. But, everything was on point. But it's like...
But see, that was
today.
That be the father sometimes, like you say, and it's okay because we transparent. Yeah, say we ain't on the mic no more. It's all on the tape too. So when you see the tape, you see.
Mm-hmm. But and then you know what? I did wanted to say as well that. Did y'all know that Juneteenth is the second Independence Day? As well as the 4th of July? I meant to mention that, but it didn't come out. That's what I was talking about with brain fog. Yeah.
No, I do not know that.
Yes. And it's surprising because that's the second Independence Day. But it comes in June, and the 4th of July is the first Independent Day. And a lot of these pagan days go hand in hand, dealing with us at the